This is the instructional video for how to make the Pennington Hybrid Sanitary Napkin. This is what you will need. First, you are going to want to start out with the 7x7 template and trace 2 squares on the fabric using a black Sharpie. Next, you want to make sure that you cut them out and try to cut as precisely as possible because later on it's going to matter. Next, you're going to want to measure out your white cotton fabric. So we're using the green template. They're all labeled specifically for which one. And again, just make sure you try to cut it out as precisely as possible. And now do the same for the black one. For the other two, we used black Sharpie for the 2 previous fabrics. This one we're using a silver Sharpie so you can see it. And once you cut this out, obviously try to make sure it's as precise as possible. And the thing with the black one, as you'll see here in a minute, you are going to be putting 2 silver circles that are in the template on it. That's what's happening right now. Just 2 silver dots that you will need for later. Then you're going to measure out the black elastic. And it might be a little hard to cut through because of the textured glue on the other side. So this is what you need. It's the African fabric, the elastic, and both pieces of cotton. Now you are going to want to assemble it. So make sure that when you assemble it, first you put down the African fabric, pretty side up. Then you are going to put the white cotton and the black cotton and pin them down. And it's very important that you put the pretty side of the fabric up because otherwise it will not sew right. Next, you're going to want to pin on the elastics and tuck the edges under. It might be a little bit hard to see, but this ensures the best comfort. And also the pinning process is pretty important because it makes the sewing process much easier. And it kind of holds all the fabrics together. Now we're moving on to sewing. So you want to start at the top corner and go as close to the edge as possible, removing the pins as you go. Put the 2 pretty sides together and pin each corner. Now you're going to sew down all 4 corners. On the first side, you are going to leave a gap about 3 fingers long so that you can turn the pad inside out. And again, you only need to do this on one side, so the other 3 sides should be sewn fully. Next, you're going to want to cut off all the excess corners. As you can see, first we did the black and the white fabric. And also cut off any excess strings that you don't need. Next, we are going to cut the corners flat on each side It makes it easier when you turn the pad inside out. Now it's time to turn it inside out. So gently push the edges of the pad through the little opening that you left while sewing. There's a tool similar to a chopstick or just a stick that you can use to make sure you get all the corners. It might be a little bit difficult the first time, but the more you do it, the easier it'll become. You'll get the hang of it. That's what it should look like. Then you're going to kind of smooth out the pad to get all the wrinkles out and make sure it's flat. Finally, as you can see in this clip, we are just going to sew up that little hole that we kept. Look at the pad. The two sides that do not have the black felt on it will have the snaps. So these are the snaps that you will need. 2 pointies and 2 innies. One with prongs outward and one that goes inward. You're going to want to make a hole on each side so that you can put the pointy snap forward. Then you're going to put one of the backs on and press using the little tool. And then you're going to repeat the same for the other side. It might be difficult to press the first few times and to align it properly, but after a couple tries, I'm sure you'll do great with it. Now the pad is ready. It folds in the back like this to clip to your underwear. And then it also folds up like this for portable use. This is what the final product should look like. Thank you for watching.